financial report plus AI insights, our final and most powerful project in the or in this Microsoft Office with ChatGPT and Gemini series. In this project, we'll bring together everything we have learned: Excel formulas, data visualizations, and AI powered insight to create a professional financial report that not only shows the number but also explain what they mean using Gemini's AI analysis. Okay, so by the end of these lessons, you will have a complete Excel financials dashboard with charts, summarize, and AI generated analysis paragraph ready to share with clients, managers, or as part of your professional's portfolio. Okay, so let's start by opening up the Excel and setting up the data sets. So I have opened the Excel and now I can just rename it. So if you're gonna want to use it, so you can rename these ones or save it, like let's say save it into the documents over here, and let's say we're gonna want to name it like the financials. Let's say the uh, financial report, let's say, and say the 2025, something like this. That's one. And now the save it. Now that we have the different name, the Excel workbook, and in the first sheet we have the rename it as, like, right click and rename it like the monthly, let's say the data. Okay, something like this is. Now let's create a simple data tables with the following columns. So let's say we can just name it the month, let's say the revenue, and another one is the expense, let's say the expense, and the last one is, so let's say the profits. Okay, you can manually type months from January to December in column A. Let's say, or if I gonna go to and let's use the January something, or let's just drag down and take until to the December's over here, or before that. So let's make it the bold to take it as looks like the or headers, and let's make it little bit or increase the font colors or fonts. And now in the column B, enter some simple revenue. So for examples, let's say we can give here the or something like the this ones, or let's say the, or if I gonna go to the 13,000 or something like the this one, or expenses. So let's say the 700 or 50 like the these ones, or let's say the 8,200, or like something like this these ones, or let's say the 7,900. Okay, so and that's it, and you can continue these patterns for the full years. Okay, and here I have now these ones, and now here we are using a simple formula for the profit. So let's say equal, then let's say the b minus 2 c2 over here, and that's it, we have these profits over there. So to calculate the profit by subtracting expense from the revenue. Okay, so once done, drag the formula down to apply it for all the months, and that's it. Here we have over here. So now we can make it as the dollar. So if I gonna make it, and let's make it the currencies over there, and let's decrease over like the these ones. Okay, so you can also use Excel autofill features to quickly copy formula down all the rows. Okay, so like you can use the autofills in there. And now that we have our monthly data, so let's calculate some key financial metrics at the bottom of the tables. Okay, so in the below, so let's use the total revenue over, or we can type here the total revenue over here. And if I'm gonna go to, or we can just say, so this is the total revenue with, or let's say the total, or like that, this one, let's make it the or over here. And now what we can do, so let's go with over here. So let's use the sum functions, use the sum. And what we can do, so let's select this range, close with the parenthesis, and that is we have these results like until like b to b13s. And for the expense, we can also use the same functions or formula, use the sum functions. And let's select this range, plus it, and that's it, we have our the totals expenses. And total profit, we can also use the equal, or you can use the automation functions in there, so it will be comes up with the same formula. So, and that's it, we have our results. And then calculate the average monthly profit. So we can use the, or here if I gonna say the average monthly, or let's say the average monthly, we can just say the profit over here. And what we can do, so let's use the rep over here. And if I'm gonna go to over here, so now use the average functions. So let's go to the average functions over here, and now use something from like d to d14, or like let's say the d2, or let's say the d2 d13s, and close it, and that's it. So this gives us a quick summary of the company yearly performance. Okay, so and that's it over here. And now let's just copy it, or let's make it the bold. And next let's find the, or we can also find the quick summary of company's yearly performance. Okay, so or here we want to find the months, or let's find the month with the highest profit using the max and also the index match combinations. Okay, so let's say use the, or if I'm gonna go to the highest, so let's say the highest profit, so we can do for over here. So and in the new cells we can just type with the max functions. And the next one is we can just select this range like d to d13, plus it, and that's it. So this is the highest profit over here. And let's make it the bold over here. And before that, so let's make it the phrase pants with the view tabs. Use the here, let's say the top row, so it can be visualized or visibles when you scroll down. Okay, and that's it. Here we got it the highest profit. And to find, so the which months that belongs to types. Okay, so let's say we're gonna want to use the index functions. And if I'm gonna say the index, or here let's use the equal, and here, or if I go, or like here the index functions and the tab or array, so let's say the a2, or like a2 a13. And the next one is, so let's use the match functions over here. So let's say the match functions. And now let's use also the max functions. And the next one is we're gonna want to use like the profit, like from here D to D13. And then the next one is we gonna want to use, like here, let's say the lookup array. So let's say lookup array should be the over here, and let's say the mesh types is the 0 for the exact mesh. Okay, so and that's it over there. So and here, if I'm gonna now use it or select it, so and let's, and here we got it the August. So here this returns the month names with the highest or highest profit. For examples, the August. Okay, so now that you can see the highest profit over here, so this is the August, and this is, you can see the highest profit months. So if I gonna go to, or let's say the, or if I'm gonna say, so this is the month. Okay, and so how much you can now see, so this is our the, or you can see at a glance. So and numbers are useful, but visuals makes them powerful. And let's turn our data into a clear, easy to understand financial charts. So and for that, what we can do, so or before that, let's make it the, go to the home tabs, let's use the wrap text over here, or let's use the auto fit, and here, so now select the month and revenue, and also if I'm gonna go to month revenue, or let's select it, if I'm gonna select, or if I select over here, the hold the control key, and also the revenue, and the another one is we can just use the expense from there. Okay, so now go to the insert tabs in the ribbon and click on the recommended charts and choose the column charts. Okay, so like here we have the cluster column with also the line charts. So let's select the cluster column charts and then just hit on the OK to show the revenue and expense side by side. Okay, so this is the revenue and this is the expense, and you'll instantly see the revenue and expense compare months by month. Okay, and also, and if I gonna now resize it over here, and that's it's our the data in there. Okay, so over, or if I gonna just use it in the over here, and the next thing is you can also change here the chart titles over here, so you can, or you can use it here the difference names. So if you're gonna want to use, so revenue versus the expense, so you can give here the these names, so or like for the better one to show up, so what it is. So if I gonna now type the these ones, so let's say the revenue, and say the revenue versus, if I'm gonna go to, and let's say the expense. Okay, so like the these ones. Okay, and now or on let's add the another charts for profit and trends. So select the month and also the profit columns, so hold down the control key, and now insert the go to the inserts and select the line charts and to show profit trends across these years. So if I'm gonna go to, or let's say we can just go to with the, or you can go to something line with markers, or like we can use the struct line. So let's go with the struct line over there. So now let's resize it over here, and if I'm gonna now go to, or that's it's our data is in there. Okay, or you can use it, or let's resize it for now, or what we can do, and that's it's over there. Okay, and we can just resize it for now. Okay, so and that's it. And also, to make it more professional, add the chart titles again. So or here we can use like the this ones, let's say the profit, or say the profit trend 2025, and here we use the revenue versus expense, and remove the grid lines. So for cleaners looks, by selecting use here the over here, let's use the grid lines. And same way, we can keep here the grid lines, or if I takes out, so it looks like this way, but we can use also the grid lines for the proper visualizations. Okay, so and that's it over here. And apply the color themes that match your company or personal brand. So if I'm gonna select it, let's go to the chart styles, or we can have the different styles over here. Or let's say if I'm gonna go to, or we can make it something like that, that's one. Or you can have the different colors, so if you're gonna want to use it like over here, so let's say we're gonna want to use with the different colors over here. Or let's say we can just keep it like the that's one. Or over here you can have also the another style, so like if I'm gonna say, or let's go to and try to find out. So or let's keep it like the profit trends with these styles. Okay, and also you can use the company's logos or headers at the top to brand your reports if you gonna want to use it. So and that's it over here. And now, or also, let's add a summary sections that highlights key insights automatically. So in the new sections, so we'll also over, and we can call it like the key insight, and we'll summarize like the totals over here. Or let's say the rename it, and if I'm gonna go to with the key insight over here, and now we'll summarize the total revenue, total expense, total profit, and highlights or per month, and or like highs per month, and the average or profits over here. So like here we can, let's make it like something that copy it, and let's select it over here. Or what we can do, so if I'm gonna copy it over here, or we can go to with the same one, or what we can do, so we can make it over here, or let's undo it all of them. Okay, so for now we can copy, or what we can do, so let's copy it, or what we can do, copy it and paste it, or use the values over here. Okay, or let's undo it again and right click, and we can do, so let's go to or paste linked in there. So and that's it. And here we can go to the totals of the revenue or the all of them. So what we can do, so let's copy it, and I'm gonna just using over here all of them. And the same one is we can do, we can use the equal, let's use over here. Same one we can do equal, and let's use over there. Okay, so and that's it. So this is we can do, so this is the revenue, what we can do, so let's use, so this is the, or here the first one is, so this is the revenue, and the next one is it comes with the expense. Next one is the profit. Okay, so and that's it. So now let's make it the bold, and that's it over there. And or also you can use cell references instead of retyping formula over here. Like you can use equal, or you can just say whatever I work in there. Okay, so to display total revenue from your summary table, then format the summary tables with bold and let or light also, or this is we can do. So if I gonna go to the summary table, something like that, these ones, or let's make it the center marks. And if I gonna go to with the these ones, let's make it the bold, and that's it over here. And these sections gives your reports a quick executive summary, perfect for management review. Okay, so like the these ones over here, or we can make it all the these ones with, or we can just go with the currency number formatting, use the currencies over here. So let's takes out all the decimals in there. Okay, so and that's it. And now here's come with exciting parts: AI insight using Gemini. So we can do go to open the or Google's, or open your the browsers. And now let's you or open up the Gemini, like Google Gemini is over here. And we'll use it to generate a written summary based on our financials data. Then also copy your summary metrics like totals revenue, totals expenses, and totals profit, and profit or trends from Excel. Then it or in Gemini. So then promotes like this. So here's my, or if I gonna go to, or let's move into the again, and we can, or we have like the total revenue over here, or before that. So I have like all of over here. So here what we can do, so here's let's say the my company, or companies. So let's say the 2025, the financial, and let's say the financials performance data. And what we can do, so let's use the perform. So now here if I copy our like the these ones, the key insights, all of them. And if I gonna go to the, like let's check it again, the revenue, the expenses, the total profits over here, or we can just add here, like let's say, so this is the total pro or totals revenue. And let's say we're gonna want to add the totals expense again. Let's say this is the total profit, and this is the average monthly profit, and highest profit over here, or highest profit, and this is the highest profit month. Okay, so and that's it, or this is the over here. So now we want to just copy like that, these ones, copy it, and let's move into the Google Gemini. And let's say we're gonna paste it over here, and that's it. So here's my companies are we have pasted over here. And we now use something like let's say the place, let's say the place, or right, shots financial. So let's say the finance, let's go with the financial analysis paragraph and let's say the summarizing the business. Okay, so let's go with the summarizing the business. So if I'm gonna say the summarizing the business performance, so let's say, and let's use the paragraphs. So let's say the performance. Okay, so now if I'm gonna just click or submit it, so here's our the totals revenues data, and we have now please write a short financials, and also here's the our outputs. Okay, so here, like based on the provide 2025 financial performance data, that company demonstrate a strong year with total revenue, like it's say the or 19,000 and say or like over here against the total expense in over there, and the business achieves subtains total profit is over here, and that this result is the impressive average monthly profits of approximately 6,000 and or 617 or $617 throughout the year. So the peak performance months was August, and which is recorded like this amount. And here suggesting the particularly successfully period during the month. Overall, the figures indicates health and profitables. Okay, or profitable operations. So the request is to summarize the financial year's performance based on only the provided image and text which I have done. No external informations or search is required. So this users or the users promote is request for financial analysis based on only the provided image data. The data includes like we have over here, or we have like here in there. So all necessary informations, write the summaries, and that is our result. Okay, so and we can do, or what we can do, so let's also copy or paste it, or if I gonna go to over here, or if I gonna just again do it like that, this one edit it, and let's say we're gonna make it over here. Let's use the down, let's right click and use the plain text over there. So let's update it. Okay, so not the image, so you want to use to like over here. So this is the overall, so based on the provided the financial debt or data, and we have these ones, just we have requesting. Okay, so now copy this summary and also paste it back into your excel sheets below the your charts. So if I gonna go to again into the over here, and here what we can do, or so here we can copy from over here. Let's copy it again, and let's move into the over here and paste, or also we can just paste or paste over here, or like the, or like let's say we can go to, or let's use over here, or what we can do, so let's make it the margin centers for here, and let's paste it. If I gonna right click, or what we can do, so let's copy it again from there, just copy it and let's paste over there again. Okay, so this is, or what we can do, so let's paste over here. So based on like the these ones, we have like the these ones over here, so what we can do, and this is our the result. Okay, so format it neatly, align with the text, also the left, and also maybe text boxes of for the professionals report fields. Okay, so and that's it. So based on the provided financial report, we have all the details in there. Okay, so let's finalize our excel reports with some finishing tasks. So we can do, we can also or adjust column width for perfect alignments, so you can just go with, or if I gonna select it with the over here, let's use it, this is the currencies, and let's use the decrease over there. Okay, so you can use. So this is over there. And now apply consistent font like Calibri or Segos or like CGO's UI works great. So this is the Calibri. And add your names or company's names in the footers. So you can add here by going to the inserts, or you can use the headers and footers. So you can add here the footers names, so your company's names over here. So this is my company, the my company's names. I can just give here the something like the that's one. Okay, so and that's it over there. Okay, so or let's undo it, or what we can do, or this is or the results, or we can do go into the normal page over there. Okay, or what we can do, so let's make it as the page layout with the we're gonna use the landscapes, and that's it. We have the like this way. Okay, or what we can do, so let's take out the grid lines, and that's is our the results in there. And insert the current date using the to days for automatics updatings if you want to use. And if you would like to export the reports, go to the file tabs. And before that, what we can do, we can also take these ones to the over here, and the same thing we can also do for like the this one. And what we are gonna do, so let's make it something with, or what we can do, so let's copy it again, or we can delete it for now. Let's go to the home tabs and takes out from there, and we're gonna want to do it from here. Or what we can do, so like here, let's resize it, and that's it over here. So now what we can do, so let's or delete it for now, so we can paste over here, or paste it in there. So what we can do, so let's use the wrap text, or we can do it over here. So let's go with, and let's use the margin centers in there. So let's use in, or I have like the this one. So and that's it. We have in a single page we have all the data. Okay, so now save it, and we have also the financial report 2025 with AI Insight. Or if I'm gonna go to save it the PDF, so let's use the save it. Let's use this dog or over here. Let's say the PDF over here, and let's say we're gonna want to use the with AI Insight. Okay, so like say the insight, and that's it. So now your report is ready to present or email. So like here my company is in there, you can now see it. So this is the month's revenue and expenses in there. Okay, so this is the simple summary. So let's quickly what we achieve in this project. So we have create also the like create structure functions datasets in Excel, and used the sum and also like average and max or index for smart calculations in there. Okay, and also design charts for visuals represent of data, and add summary tables and key metrics for decisions making. And also here use Gemini to automatically generate a written business analysis, and produced a financial Excel report plus AI generated insight. So this project perfectly combines data analysis, automations, and AI written skills that are extremely valuable for today's data-driven professionals. And in the next lessons, we will continue building more advanced projects that connect office tools with AI, making your workflow faster, smarter, and more creative. Thank for completing project 12, financial reports plus AI insight.